Yeah!
That was so good, I want
Yeah.
to watch that again.
I feel like I'm in a Ronnie James Dio concert.
Roll.
So we're back.
Sorry, we are so excited about having an introduction with power metal that we wanted to show it twice.
Yes. Welcome to the Warriors Den, guys. This is the new name of this weekly stream.
Yes, and it will be weekly, and sometimes I won't be here because I'm going on paternity leave, and it'll be just Emil. Sometimes Emil won't be here; it'll just be me. Maybe we'll not. Either of us will be here, and we'll make Roman run the show. But we're gonna have a weekly show,
Yes.
and this is the first of those. It's really our chance to talk to you about what's going on in the game,
Absolutely.
show you cool stuff that you guys are creating, which we'll do in a bit. Talk to our devs, which we'll also do in a bit,
Talk about the updates that we're doing.
which is a lot.
Oh, yes. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for watching. And we have a pretty good show for you today because we have special guests from the dev team. We have Roman, our game director.
Yes,
We have Damien,
Roman, if you want
Roman.
to say it in the French way.
the man, the legend. We have Damien, also our online game director.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about some online stuff here. And we also have Stéphane Cardin, our producer. So it shouldn't be boring.
No, it will not be boring. We'll also be playing the game with you. Actually, should we do any friend requests? Should we get people to friend us on PlayStation? We're Warriors
Yes,
Den
because
1.
we have no friends yet.
We have no friends. We're Warriors
Zero
Den 1
friends.
and Warriors Den 2 on PlayStation. If you happen to be at home or with your PlayStation, send us a friend request. Maybe we can play together at the end of the stream.
Yes, and as I'm sipping some water from this beautiful mug,
Yes, they're
I guess
beautiful
it's the-
Death Wish coffee mugs.
yes,
Don't forget, you can get Death Wish coffee branded with For Honor on it at deathwishcoffee.com.
it warms my heart.
We don't get any kickbacks from that. All we got was the mugs. And I guess we got shirts too.
Yeah, we got shirts. So
Should we dive into some business before bringing Steph on, or should we get to Steph on?
let's do some business,
All right.
Eric. Yeah.
So there's a lot that's been going on in our game. It feels like it's been a month. It's only been 2 weeks since we launched. There's been so much happening.
Oh, yeah.
So big things, obviously, today. On PC, we released our V1.03 patch. So we have the ability to release things really quickly on PC, and we wanted to do it at least with this particular patch. Get it out there, and it gives us a little head start in seeing how things are working before we get it onto Xbox and PlayStation 4. It's just sort of the realities of submission times. Doesn't mean we're always going to do it in separate times, but we wanted to do it this time. So we've seen a lot of you been playing already, and the patch notes in their entirety you can find all over the place. They're on Reddit. They're on our forums.
Oh, yes.
They're on Steam, but we're actually going to be going through those a bit because a big chunk of those notes were balance changes. So Roman, when he's here, will kind of walk us through what led to their choices for those balance changes.
Yes, and also there was a big outage last weekend.
It is true.
I know that a lot of you guys have been impacted by this Ubisoft global outage. So we want to give you some goodies for this outage, guys. So on Friday, when you log into the game, all players that have been affected, I would say all active players that play the game since February 14 up until February 26th. Will be granted a 3 days champion status starting on this Friday. So make sure to play once you log into your account on March 3rd. You will be granted a 3 days champion status, which gives you some boosts.
A lot of boosts.
Yeah, extra loot, XP boosts.
Actually, if you want to, we can show a visual, Andrew, if you want.
Yes,
Go
Andrew.
to the champion
if you
status
have
screen
time
right
to
there, just so
switch.
people can see. So we'll be giving you this. Like Emil said, it starts on Friday, goes through the weekend. So make use of it. Those are a bunch of different boosts, and you get more loot. You get a cool icon. The cool thing is you get extra boosts for the people in your match. If you have Season Pass, or if you bought like the Gold Edition, it'll stack on top of it. So it's 3 days in addition to what you already have, because I know that a lot of people are going to ask that. So that's what's going on there. And in addition to that,
Yes, because it's not all.
Yeah, we will this weekend, also on Friday, be enabling our very first special event order.
Oh, yes.
So you see on the map here, there is a section of the Faction War map where events will live and do live. So it's not active yet, but on Friday when you get in, our special community event will be live. So everybody who participates will be getting a more generous than usual reward for participating. Again,
Absolutely. So it's a community event. So you need to work together, guys, to complete it, and it will be effective for all the community members.
Yeah.
For honor.
Yep. And that's not even all the business. There's even more business.
Even more business.
Check this out. If I'm going to deathmatch, this was a huge feedback we got from the community, and the way our system works, sometimes we can do things server side a lot quicker, and this happened to be one of them, even though it did take some, we obviously test things before we put them out. There's a big request from you guys in the community to separate elimination and skirmish into different playlists in the deathmatch front of the war, and we have done that now. So now when you go there, you can toggle between elimination and skirmish just with your shoulder buttons. So you're no longer tied to one mode when you only want to play the other mode. So again,
that's big news.
That was a big feedback we got from you guys, and I was really happy we were able to do that and do it in kind of a quick way. It didn't require a title update. So
this is what we call a hot fix.
It's yeah,
or a seamless.
Seamless maintenance too.
Yeah.
There was no downtime to make that happen. Pretty cool. So those are three. It's only Tuesday, but those are three of the big things of this week that we've done so far.
Also, guys, make sure to send us your stuff. If you make cool emblems, cool art, cool rap videos, make sure to send it over to us, because we want to show it to the whole planet during our streams.
You know what else happened today, which I can't believe we didn't mention, is the first round of the Faction War ended.
True.
So our very first Faction War round has ended, and as you may or may not have seen, our friends the Vikings, of which Emil and I are both Vikings, won round one of the Faction War. So the winners get 3 scavenger crates. So basically everyone who pledged to the Vikings during round one get 3 scavenger crates. Knights were second place, so they get 2, and Samurais got 1. But I want to give a special shout out to the Samurais.
Yes.
They were last place at the end of this round, but if you were following closely, I think it was on Friday or Saturday, they got all the way to the Knights' stronghold. They took all of the Knights' territory pretty much, which was pretty amazing to see, and I didn't expect to see that happen so soon after we launched. So that was an amazing effort on the part of the Samurai. If you're wondering where to get those scavenger crates, because I saw some questions about that on Reddit, you just go to, let's say you go to one of our characters here, go to scavenge gear, and premium pack, instead of showing 500, will show how many scavenger crates that you've got right there. Oh, yes. I don't have any because I just created this account today. So I don't get to benefit from winning the round. But that's how you do it.
Yes. And that's not enough of the business.
That is definitely not. We have so much business.
No. Because we also have raffles today, guys. So at the end of the stream, if you stay up until the end, we will give some combat packs to you guys. So Fred on the chat will be there. We'll launch a raffle when it's time, probably almost at the end of the stream, and we can grant you some cool combat packs so you can improve your game on the battleground.
And we're already seeing questions roll in. We've got our friend Mike behind the scenes grabbing some of them so we can make sure to answer them. A lot of them we already plan to answer later in the show. So balance-specific things we'll talk about with Roman when he's on a little bit later. Faction War we'll talk about a little more in detail with Damien when he's on a little bit later. So keep them coming, but I just want you to know we're not ignoring you. We see your questions. We'll get to them.
And now I think is it enough of the business?
That's enough of the business, I think.
All right. And before moving to our first guest, we have a pretty cool video to show you.
Oh yeah, this is a great one.
Oh yes.
Let's. Did you see that amazing video?
Amazing.
We're very proud of this power metal intro. I'm sorry.
Oh yes. If you want to know, this music comes from Berserk Kid. We'll send you the name. He's a member of the team.
Yeah, he's
He
not
works-
just anybody. He's our colleague and
Oh,
an
yeah.
amazing musician as well.
And now did he start? It started with us. Every time he was showing an animation improvement, he was creating a video with his own
Yeah.
music. So at the beginning we thought, it's cool. He's sending update. No, he was doing promotion for his own band.
That's true.
Wise guy.
So
Look him up,
Berserk
Berserk Kid with a
a
Y.
Y.
Yeah.
The name of that song is Honorable Warrior. Every song on that album is based on For Honor, except for I think the final track is like the Chrono Trigger theme. But everything else is For Honor.
Yeah.
So check it out, it's amazing. Maybe
Thanks,
Fred can drop the
Berserk Kid.
link in the chat to his Bandcamp page.
Exactly. But now, Stéphane Cardin, our producer. How are you, Stéphane? How do you feel since the launch? Because now your baby is out there.
Yeah, finally. No, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. Honestly, it's like a dream come true. We have millions of warriors on our battlefield. And I think what is super fun is to see that finally people are able to understand what we were trying to make. And now they're part of the game, and the dialogue, the interaction we have with the players, it's amazing so far.
And now, just to be clear, the team is not on vacation.
Oh no, a lot of people came to me, hey Steph, congratulations, finally you shipped the game, what are you doing? What I'm doing? Come on, right now we have hundreds of developers on the floor, we are firefighters, we are all over the place, you guys have plenty of great feedbacks, but we need to react to it, right? This weekend was a great example. Beautiful Saturday in Montreal, and suddenly, boom! Big outage, we had problem. So we saw the community not being able to play. We panic a little bit. We look, it was not on our side, so it was a stressful time for us. But it's okay, right? We have a new game, we have a new genre, we are testing the game. Of course, we did several live periods, but now we have millions of people playing at the same time. That's an amazing opportunity for us. And the thing is that we knew it, we launched the game, but it was February 14 was day one. So we're continuously improving the game, and it's fun to be part of that.
And what are you guys working on at the moment? You said the team is not on vacation. We have hundreds of people on the floor. What is being done at the moment?
What are some of the top priorities?
Yeah, we have so, like I said, we are hundreds of developers right now on the floor. So there's plenty of things that we are preparing for later on. But right now, I believe that we have issues like the connectivity issues. We are aware that some players experience that right now, and we're investigating in it. We have we do some fixes already, and we're releasing today a patch for the PC community. And Xbox One and PS4 are coming very soon. As soon as we are green lighted, we will be able to push it for those community also. So we are really reactive right now from the things that we discover, and there's the matchmaking also that is a big thing. So right now we look at the player behaviors, we learn a lot, right? Sometimes during the live phase, we don't see all the different ways of being part of a match or disconnecting. Or I'd say there's case right now that that was not necessarily visible during those live periods. That right now we see it in action and we want to react to it, but it needs to get some times on it. Make sure that we make the right move, and we are testing it because the goal is to improve the experience. So. It's an interesting challenge for the team, and I'm so happy with the mood of the community because even if those things happen, we've been able to dialogue with them. We communicate.
Yes,
I think yesterday we give a lot of informations and we have a good feedback on it. So please continue to send us feedback, guys.
And what do you do with all of this feedback? Because, of course, me and Eric are a little bit on the front line, our community managers as well. So we have feedback coming from all fronts, coming on Reddit, on the forums. how do you treat this feedback?
Yeah, first of all, we had to create a process, right? Because if you arrive in morning and you open the forums and you jump on the bad comments, you could overreact, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have the big picture. And the good news is we're able also to have a lot of data from the matches and more what we call the big data, right? We receive plenty of information. So before making any moves, we need to understand what is the gravity of the problem, what is the importance of the problematic, where it's really coming from, because sometimes as a player you experience something, but you cannot know exactly what happened behind the scenes. So we need to make sure that we understand all the details. And after that, with that teams, we make sure that we have a clear list of issues with the prioritization done, so we can push it on the floor. Because I have an army of warriors ready to jump on those tasks. But again, we need to make sure that we're doing the right move for the mid and long term, and not just for the short term.
So we read you guys. We we read you. We get your feedback. Unfortunately, we cannot respond to every individual, but we do our best to make sure that the devs are aware of what's going on.
And there's plenty of amazing ideas that come up, and we cannot necessarily do it in a day or two.
Right.
Some of them were like, oh, okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, we should, but we need to put it a little bit on the backlog, making sure that how it fits in the planning of the different teams, making sure that we're not changing the emergency of the moment. And yes, it's a question of choices after, and it's not an easy task, but it's super fun.
And Stefan, how do you see, because you've been on this project for a while, you saw the community growing. How do you see the For Honor community evolving in the next months, years, for example?
But we start with something that I think is above my personal expectation, because the level of engagement of our people, it's completely crazy. On Reddit, it's just completely crazy. The number of feedback, discussion, everybody wants this game to be great. And there's plenty of discussion about what is the winning strategy, and it's touching the core values that we wanted to push with this game, you know, the respect of the people, even if we're cutting heads, right? You know, even
do it in a respectful way.
Sharing is also something that we wanted to push, but right now we don't have to push because the community already do that on themselves. And for me, it's to make sure that we build, because we have a unique opportunity to set the tone of our community. And we put last week we had the first round of banning and chip for cheaters, and I know it's always painful. It's not something fun, but we need to be honest. It's a reality for online game, and we wanted to do a move right week one to make sure that we're not allowing that. And it's same thing for people that are disrespectful or are doing things that offend people. We're not accepting that. Even like I said, if we give it with the axes right in the face of your opponent, that doesn't mean that we need to tolerate haters. Right?
That's true.
And to me, because it's the beginning of this franchise, it's the early stage of this community, I want to make sure that we push the sanity of our community as much as we can.
Set the tone right.
Set the tone,
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Stefan, for these good words.
Thanks to you, but thanks to you guys, because honestly, you make that journey amazing. Right now, we have the time of our life. Please continue. I know some of the issues that you will maybe face could be frustrating. Be vocal with us, stay respectful. We're working our ass off to make sure that For Honor will continue to progress and be the game that we all want that For Honor would be.
And you talked about community engagement. We got some pretty cool community creations this week. Amazing. So if you stay until the end, we're going to show some of them that are very cool. Stefan, thank you again.
You kicked me out again.
Thank you very much. No need to do a Stefan show.
And see you guys on the battlefield. Let's fight!
Oh,
Steph grew a few inches here over the course of that video and lost his hair.
Yeah, but he's a little bit more badass, right?
It is, yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
got some tattoos.
So we wanted to have, this is Rahman, he's our game director, and we wanted to have him on because today was a patch release day, and we have these lovely patch notes. A lot of them are balance specific, so we thought I will play while he kind of talks. I'm terrible at these particular characters. As you know from watching the stream, I'm okay with the Peacekeeper. Other characters, I'm trash.
Don't be a one-trick pony, Eric.
I am definitely a one-trick pony.
Let's train.
My goal for the weekend is to be a two-trick pony. I'll play, but Rahman is really here to give you more context for the balance decisions that we made. We're not going to go through every single point of damage we changed, but just so you have a better understanding, because we already see some questions about the balance. So
If you play with Warriors then 1 in duel, please kick his ass.
yeah, that's true.
Make him suffer.
I'm on PC right now. We'll be on PS4 later, but yeah.
And you're using a beautiful SCUF controller, isn't it?
This is, yes, for friends at SCUF. You can win these on our Join the Battle program on our website. So go there if you're in the US or Canada. And I'm going to just jump into duel. But start us out here. What's a change that affected all of the fighters? That's like the guard break was a big one.
So yeah, why did we change the guard break to where it was on during open beta? It was because first that change that went live, it's actually something that we changed like a long time ago, just after we made different branches of the game for beta, etc., and we forgot about this change. And we kind of rediscover it during the live phase. And we didn't felt good with the change in the way that we didn't test it a lot. We didn't announce it to the community, and also we saw a really, really huge drop in terms of data tracking, in terms of successful counter guard break. To the point that where it was almost non-existent, and it was not with new players. It was because we track different type of players, etc. When we were tracking actual experienced players that had kept their matchmaking ranking between betas and launch, there was a crash in terms of counter guard break, and even after some days, that crash was still big. So we prefer to revert to the open beta, to the beta tuning, and continue with that for now and see where it goes, instead of continuing with the previous one. And also, as for defensive play, yes, we know that today there's an issue at really high level with the game being overly defensive and the counter-attacking being too much the best strategy. We are looking at it. Of course, it's something big that we can't change in an instant because we don't want to break the game the other way around. But yes, making the guard breaking a little bit easier. Is it going to make the game more defensive? Not at high level. At high level, for the top 1% player, they were already counter guard breaking almost on demand. It's just going to make that ability to counter guard break available for a little bit more players. But that's what we want to.
Yeah, and if people are watching, he just did it to me right there. He countered my guard break.
And since Eric is playing the Peacekeeper right now, maybe we can talk about some of the tweaks about.
So why did we buff the Peacekeeper? Seriously,
I don't like all the Peacekeeper hate out there in the community. Peacekeeper rules.
PK everywhere.
We did not actually. It's not an intentional buff. There was, and that's the same with some changes we made on the Berserker, on the Conqueror. It's those moves were actually bugged. Like for example, the triple stab post guard break of the Peacekeeper. The fact that the second and third stab was only doing 2 points of damage, that's a bug. Okay. The fact that she was having almost no range on her dagger console, also that's a bug. So we fixed her bug. Is that gonna make her a little bit stronger? Yes, for sure. Are we continue to monitor the win and loss ratio and maybe adapt her in the future? Maybe. But first, we wanted her to actually behave as designed in terms of moods.
So would you say like a big part of
then we'll see where we go with that.
a big part of this like package of balance changes for all these characters is kind of setting things to be where we want them first, and then the next step is the tweaking the balance.
What we want is, because for us what's most important is actual data. So we're tracking a ton of data across a really high number of players, and today in Duel the Peacekeeper is not the dominant character. She has a good win-loss ratio, slightly above 50%, but other characters are much stronger than her. And in the 2v2 or 4v4 modes, she's actually a little bit lower because she has less HP. Are there some really good Peacekeeper player out there, and is she a character that is played a lot? Yes, for sure. But today, from data point, she's not on my top Warrrior list of OP character as of the Warlord, as an example.
And I think it's important to emphasize on this, Roman, because you mentioned looking at data. I mean, this is not an emotional process balancing characters, I guess. You need to, of course, there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of discussions out there on Reddit, but you need also to take your decisions based on data.
It's actually a two-side problematic. Yes, data is important. Like, we're looking at data and okay, currently, yes, the Peacekeeper is high, but not that high. The Kensei is really high. The Warlord is too high, and in the future we are looking really closely at him because we don't want to break him like we broke the Valkyrie post technical test. So yes, we're looking at those numbers, but also the perception from people is important. Not because if people whine, we're gonna buff or nerf a character, but because that helps us understand the data and understand what can we do with as improving with this data or as communicating on the weakness or the strength of a specific character, and or ultimately explain our choices and see if those make sense for the community. So that discussion for us is also really important. Like, for example, if we look at the Lawbringer,
The Lawbringer who just threw me off this bridge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one issue actually with the Lawbringer. It's when we look at his metrics in terms of win-loss, is actually in Duel is low tier. He's not crazy broken. So for us, for the moment, anything between 45 and 55% of win is in a good margin. And the Lawbringer is actually low tier, but he's not that crazy. He's around the 46, something like that. Okay, cool. That's in Duel, but actually in team fight, he's really fucking good. Like in 4v4, he's really top tier. He's making a lot of kills, etc. So first, we need to buff him a little bit. Yes, for sure in Duel, but we need to take time to not break him, to make him completely OP in 4v4. And the other thing also is that we were like, yeah, okay, his numbers are cool, but actually when we crunch a little bit more the data, we discover that a lot of the kills from the Lawbringer come from environmental hazard. He's really good at throwing people out of the cliff. And like a lot of players, like a lot of characters, but the issue for him is that the balance between, let's say, legit kills and throwing people is a little bit too high in terms of throwing people. So that's artificially buffing up his abilities. So that's why we will buff him a little bit in terms of Duel ability. Also, it's not only because he's a little bit low in terms of win-loss. It's because he's missing way to kill his opponent, and not necessarily to kill his opponent, but to open his opponent without just throwing them out of a cliff.
And it's also part of the game to learn other characters that will fight other characters better, I guess.
They were waiting this entire time that you were talking to say the words Lawbringer and buff in the same sentence, and now they're, Lawbringer buff, you did it! So you're now their favorite person because you said two of those words.
But honestly, today, when we look at the metrics, overall, we feel that the balancing is actually good. It's interesting. Yes, there are characters that are OP. Warlord, I'm watching you. There are characters that were low tier, like that Valkyrie that we know buffed. But overall, much of our character are between 45 and 55 win-loss ratio. And that varies based on what skill ranking we're looking at and what game mode we're looking at, so we're good with that.
Great. So now Eric is playing the Valkyrie. Of course, we did a few changes with this hero. Should we, Roman? Could you give us more details about what we did to this beautiful character?
Basically, in the last technical test we had end of last year, Valkyrie was fucking OP. She was like at 62-63% of wins.
And I'm very bad with the Valkyrie, just to be clear.
We'll overreact maybe slightly too much with her, and the issue is since she was not present in the beta phase.
That's true. There was a
we
new
were
character.
not able to have a lot of feedback on what we did, and when the game released, that hit us like a truck. And so that's why we buffed her. It's to try to bring her in that 45-55 win rate sweet spot. So basically what we did, it's mainly we beefed up a little bit her light attack and gave her more mix-up, like the opportunity to start chains after her dodge and light attack, and start also chain after her shield bash move. But that's really trying. So you know, at high skill ranking, she was currently at 36% of wins. So she was really too low for us in duel. So we're trying to beef her a little bit up. We'll see where she will end up.
What is your? I would say if we take a step back and we look at balancing in general, what is the process of rebalancing many heroes like this? How do you and your team work around that?
We mainly look at data. So not only the data outside, like I was saying, of the player currently playing the game on the live, but also we track the data of all of our dev testers. We have a balancing team where each dev tester is a specialist with a specific character. You're loving this one.
Everyone in the chat's telling me to manage my stamina better. They are completely correct.
But basically, they are each really good with a specific character, and we are not only we interview them and discuss with them about pros and cons of each character, but also we track a lot of their data and see what they are doing, what's their metrics of win-loss also, and that's our first level. That's our first level of tuning. But of course, that's a limited number of players. So, are we able to catch everything balancing-wise with that? No, for sure. And that's why when it goes live, we need still to adjust some stuff. In the future, we'll try to get better at that with having bigger sample and this kind of stuff. But today, that's kind of the process. It's really looking at the data and looking at the mood of the community to kind of try to see where the issues are.
Do you think I might win one match?
No,
I don't think
you're
I'm
really
going
sick.
to.
As for Berserker and Conqueror, basically the change again were bugs like if you were blocking the light attack, you were granted a free guard break. That was never intended with those characters, especially with the Berserker, where his light attack is actual one of their key tools because they are fast and they are starter of these chains.
I'm so bad.
That was not intended. For the Conqueror, yes, that's gonna make the Conqueror a little bit tougher than better than what it is today. And today, same as the Warlord, is a little bit too good in duel. So we know we'll have to rebalance a little bit on that guy, but so far it's good.
Another change that we made in this patch that I'm psyched about, and I think the community is psyched about, is when people drop from the game, they're replaced by a bot now.
Excuse me, there is one stuff. What are the plans for the Raider also? Yes, we're looking at the Raider. The Raider also is part of those characters that are a little bit low tier, and we're also investigating the switch stance lag and issues. So we're trying to get on this one as fast as we can. But again, those kind of elements, it's not that it takes forever for us to do, is that it's the kind of change that when we're doing it, we want to test the shit out of them and make sure that we are not breaking the game the other way around. That's why it takes a little bit time.
All right.
But I was going to say, now when someone drops from your match, they're replaced by a bot, but not at full health. They're actually a dead bot.
Yes.
That was a big piece of community feedback, and again, I'm glad we were able to address it directly.
So is there something else we should talk about this this update, Roman?
I think that's mainly it.
We went through all the characters. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's our first big update. In the future, we'll try to be more reactive and have more frequent updates. Know that the big firefight in terms of gameplay is behind us for us. Of the launch, we have more time to spend on that and look at actual data. So we're gonna see how we can improve our reactivity on that. But overall, I think the game is not doing that bad in terms of fighting. At least I get some pretty good duel, and often I get my ass kicked. So.
Not me. I'm great, as you've seen in the last half an hour.
And I saw actually somebody asking saying that we were a yellow nut.
Yeah.
So, since even the devs are yellow nut, what the fuck? Well, we are playing behind Ubisoft firewall, and that firewall is actually a little bit strict in terms of they don't want us to get hacked. So maybe
It's understandable.
But in fact, I mean, it's a good point. One of the things I saw someone ask it in the chat earlier is how do I open my NAT? And we have a really good article on our customer support site. We also have it on our forums. Highly recommend taking some time to look at opening your NAT because it can greatly improve your matchmaking experience and connectivity experience. So.
And also there was questions around is the patch only out on PC at the moment? Yes, for the moment it's only out on PC. It's gonna be out on PS4 and Xbox this Friday or next week. Next week. Next week.
We'll keep you guys updated about this.
That would
for
be
sure.
news to me.
Next week. I'm sorry I don't have the exact date because on console the big patch like that has to be
Goes through certification.
certification
and
through
everything,
Sony and Microsoft, and that process is a little bit longer than just for us to turn the switch on like on PC. So that's why.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Roman.
thanks, Roman.
If you guys want to have a closer look at those beautiful patch notes, I can mail it to you to your mailbox at
Yeah.
your doorstep. But otherwise, it's on our forums. It's on Reddit.
Yeah, one last message. It's please continue to post on the forum, continue to post on Reddit if you have suggestions, if things frustrate you, anything on the gameplay, on the fight, etc. We are actually looking at it. Even if we don't answer, we are actually looking at it, and that's always useful data. It's not bullshit. We are actually reading it.
Yeah.
And often in the morning, I've got mails from that guy going, hey, did you see that? Because that doesn't make sense for me. Can you read it? Etc. So yes. Please keep them coming.
All right. Thank you very
Cool.
much, Roman.
Thanks,
again.
Roman.
And we have a brand new video to show you guys.
Roll it. We're rolling. We're keeping it going.
We like this introduction so much, guys, that we'll showcase it all along the stream. Damien, welcome to the Warriors Den. Are you excited? This is the name of our new weekly stream.
I love it.
Because we may invite you again.
Yes, I think you'll be
If you're
back
good
many
this time.
times, whether you like it or not.
I'm happy to come.
So, what does it mean that you're the online game director? Just so people know, we just had Roman. His role is more on the combat and the gameplay.
Yeah, so he's more focused on the gameplay, game modes, balancing of heroes, of course, and I'm more focused on everything else. So the flows, the menu, how the progression works. We speak about the gear stats also, things like that. Faction war, basically everything else when you don't play. So I'm responsible of the
That's a
boring
lot.
stuff.
Actually, Andrew, if you can switch over to the other screen, that's where we have some gear that we can go through. We wanted to spend some time with Damien talking about gear.
Yep.
We've done customization on our streams before. You've all played the game, so I think you have seen plenty of the customization system, but we have never spent a lot of time talking specifically about gear and the stats that are attached to it. So the thought was we could do it with Damien because it's sort of
Absolutely.
We don't have any gear description right now, so maybe some of the words can be confusing. So we just wanted to make sure that people understood what gear stats is for what. So we could look at them in order just to make sure that everybody understands it.
Yes.
So debuff resistance is your resistance on all fits.
This is a beautiful Kenze that we
Beautiful
created a couple minutes before the stream goes live.
Kenze is always beautiful.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's my
Even
main.
with his lack of
I like the
lips over
mask.
his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So debuff resistance, it's your resistance to all debuff effects on fits, of course, but also on bleed effects.
So this is
And
the
we have-
perfect way to counter the infamous bleed effect.
It's a very good way to counter the infamous bleed effect, yes.
And when it's maxed out, I think you're not even affected by bleed, right?
Yeah, which might be a balance issue. So we'll speak about other ones, but it's the first time the game run as long. So now we're discovering maybe some balance issues on the gear stats. So like the Revenge one is a very famous one. So we're looking into those because, as we always said, even before we launched, that we're a skill-based game, and we don't want to be a stat-based game. And sometimes with purple gear, it can become a bit more stats-based than skill-based, and that's not our initial plan. It's also how players find how to max up to some stats stack up while they shouldn't, and things like that. So we're discovering some things that could be bugs or balance issues, and it's things we're looking into very seriously to give back some leverage on the skill more than on the stats per se.
Yeah, so we're definitely listening to you. We know this is a common topic in the community is the gear stats. So
with Revenge, etc. Revenge mode duration, of course, it's the duration of your Revenge mode. That one is PD explanatory. Exhaustion recovery, it's the time, how much time you will wait before you start having stamina regen.
Emil is just getting hundreds of friends while you're talking. You could probably turn off notifications.
And someone
if you
said
want.
hi. Yeah, but I don't want to break
like it?
Damien's flow. Yeah, I'll try to find a way to turn off notifications real quick.
Send them to
cool.
Warrior's Den 2 also. I've got the other one. Send them over here.
The generic muffin. Shout out to you. That's a great name. But yeah, we can see the difference between the two helmets here.
Yeah.
One is level 3, the other one is level 1. So you see the difference between the two.
Yeah. So basically, what we want to do first is act on the statistics that are maybe the less balanced, and then we want to continue the discussion with the community about how our stats work in the game, and if that's the way they want it to have or not. Could we look at other stats maybe?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, yeah, we can go here.
Okay.
Look at the weapon. For
Attack,
example, here.
defense, those are pretty easy to understand.
Yeah.
Stamina cost reduction is the cost reduction of the stamina when you perform attacks. It's only when you perform attacks. You can move on. If we can see other ones.
Yeah, here
Revive
we have a
speed,
lot of
that's
stuff.
okay. Stamina regen, so it's the speed of the regen of your stamina. Block damage resistance is when you block, you still get some health that goes down. So it's your resistance to that.
Yes, if I move, let's say, to the chest
Sprint
area.
speed, that's easy to understand. Block damage, it's the damage you deal when somebody blocks.
These messages are killing me.
I will
Bush did
turn them off
9/11.
real quick.
Execution health regen is the amount of health you gain while performing executions. And while you look at your PS4, let me check if there are some that we haven't discussed. I think that's pretty much it. Yes, the revenge gain by defense, this is when you do blocks, parries, and you do dodge also. While revenge gain by injury is when you get hit.
So the revenge ones specifically are ones that you're looking at because you've seen the
Yeah, so revenge stack up in a way that we haven't planned. So right now it can be pretty unbalanced, so it's something we're looking into.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it makes sense that we didn't see that because our betas were, only a few days, and it's in the higher level play where it really comes out.
So there is Agard that is saying about the debuff that is impacting the recovery when you take guard break after parries. That's a bug. So it's something we're looking into to fix also. That wasn't planned. It's affecting what we call the status effect, and it's a side effect of that statistic.
Yeah.
So here I moved to the hilt. We have some new interesting stats here, Damien.
Yeah, so revenge gauge by defense is when you block, dodge, and parry. Revenge mode defense is the amount of it's basically your yellow gauge.
The yellow bar.
Yeah, a yellow bar that is your revenge life. That you have a revenge shield that you have on top of your life. That is really translated by these stats. There's something I think we need to speak about.
Yes, let's
Let's go.
I will do everything on my own. If that's okay.
Sorry, I was so busy. I have all these new friends all of a sudden.
It's okay. No, because I'm looking at the UI right now, and it's something people, not everybody understands, is that the size of the gauge that you see on the UI is not a direct translation of your stats.
Right.
So when you're purple, for example, all the gauge go all the way to the end.
The end of
but
the bar.
But it's only a translation of each level of your gear. So it doesn't mean that your stats is 3 times more powerful than at the beginning of the game. And it's something that people don't really understand, and I agree that it's not really clear. But we did that way so that a player can really perceive when they progress what progresses. So it's not only a very small pixel that moves, but the drawback of doing that is that it can be perceived as, okay, a purple gear is 3 times better than a gray gear, which is really not the case.
Right.
So yes, we have some balance issues and some bugs on the gear stats, but overall the UI, don't look at the UI to really have the exact data of what
So it's
you
not
are
like it's a scale
improving.
of 1 to 100.
Exactly,
Oh, this is 50
exactly,
points more than it just
exactly.
was.
So it's something we might like into. So changing UI is way more costly, etc. But it's something we might look into to change so that we don't have this perception anymore. But in the meantime, be aware that you can't trust the gauge, if I can say that, in the UI to know what is the value of
I guess because
your
you're the
stats.
game director, you can say that. If I said that, you'd probably punch me.
Exactly.
Don't trust it.
So it's only an illustration of the level of your gear.
Cool.
So are there any plan to change gear stat related to revenge? Yes, I think we acknowledged the issue, and it's something we're looking into. I don't know when, but it's something we want to fix as soon as we can.
All right.
I got pretty cool, no big deal. I got a friend invite from Fairlight,
Oh.
who is one of the best players I've seen play.
Yeah. He's an incredible player.
Maybe we'll get him into a match if he's still online. Sorry to sidebar, but
But
yeah,
let's speak about your friend. We can have 5 minutes on him. I'm okay with that.
he's very good. He's very good.
So looking at revenge, people are also asking why revenge in duel and things like that. So right now it's I think people are asking that more because of the issue of the stats, so that you can trigger now way more easily the revenge in duel that you should. So as of now, it's still something we want, but normally it should trigger way later because you're only fighting against Y guys, so it should be harder to build up. But it's something we were discussing internally, so it's something can change or not. But first thing that we want to change is the stats, of course, and then see how it goes.
Great. I don't know if we have any other stat questions coming.
So yeah, basically give us feedback on stats, on things you think that are broken or things that work well, etc. We never had as much data as now on stats because always our live periods were too short. So we didn't have many players reaching purple. It took 2 weeks to reach purple for many players, etc. So now we're having way more data and feelings and things that people like, don't like. So it's something we want to have feedback on.
I see a good question, specific question there about explaining debuff resistance a little bit more. what specifically does it do? Is
Yeah.
it feats or is it only the bleed?
So it's feats and bleed.
Okay.
And the status effect that it shouldn't act on.
So a status effect, when you say that, what does that mean?
It's the bug that we discussed about the take of the guard break after a parry. So it's impacting the status effect. So when you have the debuff, you can do things you shouldn't be able to do, basically. So it's an exploit. Use it until we fix it.
Again, he's the game director. I can't tell him not to say that, but I'm not going to say it.
As soon as we can fix that, we will do it.
Great. Sprint speed. Is it shared for all characters? Can you max a speed Lawbringer, catch a max speed Orochi?
So you have a speed that is based on character first. So I don't think that if you max a speed of Lawbringer and say maybe a very nerfed Orochi on speed, and then they could run maybe at the same speed, but you would need both of them to be at the extreme.
Right.
Usually, assassins are faster than the others. Lawbringer is quite slow, so it depends on which hero. But the purpose of the stats is not to change a type of hero. So it's not to say now the assassin becomes a vanguard or becomes a heavy. You see what I mean?
Right. They have classes for a reason.
Assassin. Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
A couple questions to explain block damage again.
So block damage is the damage you deal to your opponent when he blocks your attacks.
So when you're blocking, you're not taking 0 damage.
Exactly. And same thing when you're attacking someone that blocks you. If you have a block damage that is very high, then it means you are dealing a lot of damage, even if he blocks your hits.
Cool.
And you have the same on defense. So I can diminish the amount of damage I have on block. If I'm a guy, for example, that blocks a lot and doesn't dodge a lot, it's hard for me to do parries. Defending my block is a good idea because I know I will get less damage by blocking the hits.
Cool. Okay, I think we've answered all the gear questions.
Guys?
Yeah.
Because we also wanted to talk about faction war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
first of all,
faction war.
we just
Congrats
finished
to the
our first
Vikings.
round. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm very
That was
sad for the samurai.
Because you're a samurai.
Maybe I haven't applied enough war assets for my faction. That's because of me. I'm sorry. First round that ended. That's amazing. Vikings won. So I'd like to explain some of the more intrinsic details about faction war because we have many things that are going on back end and that's maybe not everyone understands.
Maybe we can switch.
Switch over to mine, please.
Warriors then too. Yeah.
So first,
now I get the friends.
one thing that people should know by now, but that I want to remind is that the number of war assets you gain at the end of a match is really based on your performance. So if you won or not, the match doesn't take into account. What really matters is your performance. So the score you've got and the renown you've reached by the end of the match. That's the first thing. So it means that if I'm a samurai and I'm playing only with Vikings, making my team loss will make me win a lot of war assets. So that's the first thing. So it's really an individual performance. It's based on that. Secondly, we have a system of bonuses. So if you apply war assets on the front you're playing in, so let's say I'm playing on that front, I just play a Dominion match on that front. If I apply the war assets here, I will have a 10% bonuses on the amount of war assets I got. So I will have 10% more war assets to apply if I apply my war assets in the front I'm playing in. That's the first bonus.
Oh, okay.
So when you end the match, you can apply war assets wherever you want. In the front you just played, or you can press back and change the front. But by applying on the front you're playing in, you will have some bonuses. So this is really important as a tactical choice. It's like, where do I apply it?
So it's better to apply it on the front you're
It's
already
better,
playing.
It's better to apply it on the front you are playing, or you can see differently. It's better to go and play on the front that you think needs really more assets from you.
I like that narratively too. It's as if you're playing in that
Yeah.
part of the world, so it makes more sense to deploy it there.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we have also a bonus at the last hour of a turn, what we call a turn interlude. So before the next territory update, if you have less than an hour before the next territory update, which is our case right now.
Yeah.
So now you have what we call an end of turn bonus. So if you can go back on it, you see end of turn bonus plus 20%. So it means that it's more meaningful to fight in the last hour, or at least to make good decisions, tactical decisions in the last hour, because the amount of our assets you will gain at each end of a match is more valuable. So that's also a good way to organize communities, to say, okay, on the last hour, let's fight on that front and try to regain all the territories we're losing. One of the things that is not really clear also is how we weight population and how it works. So we take into account the last active players on the last week. So we're not looking into the number of players per faction, because that if you have way more players in some ways, but nobody is playing, then it wouldn't be balanced. So we're looking at the number of active players per faction per week. And based on that number, that's how we balance the number of war assets we gain to everybody, we give to everybody.
Okay.
So, and that's also how we make that. Even if we have less Vikings or more samurai, things like that, Viking can still win a round because they fight better, because they gain more war assets at each end of the match, and because they are smarter in how they apply their war assets. So that's also something meaningful. And the end of turn bonus and the front bonus both are stacking up. So it's also it's something you can play with.
That's true. Most bonus stack actually.
Yeah. So it's also interesting in that way.
And that's good. Just want to do a parenthesis about the champion status that we're giving this next weekend. If you already have like a 30 days champion status or something like that, don't worry, don't panic. It stacks.
Yep.
So you will get 3 extra days. It will not be lost in your 30 days champion status.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good point. One last thing I want to speak about on the faction war that we can't show right now because it just reset a few hours ago, is that sometimes you have isolated zones, isolated territories. So it's a territory that is not connected anymore to its faction. So let's say if we take your screen as an example, let's say that the territory on the bottom right of the screen that is blue right now, let's say it becomes yellow, but the one that is above it becomes blue. So if that happens, then this knight territory would stay on its own and have no other knight territories connected to it. And if that happens, we call that an isolated territory. And nobody can apply war assets on an isolated territory. The only way to keep it, so it will be lost by the end of at the end of the next update. And if you don't want to lose it, you need to reconnect it.
Oh, okay.
So you need to conquer one of the territory that is next to it. And if you do that, it means you're keeping 2 territories, so it's very valuable to always fight for those isolated territories and not let them be lost again by.
So for
by
this
not
particular
fighting
front
for
we're
those.
looking at right here, that could be a strategy for the samurai, right? To work around.
Yeah, to work around. Let's say
carve
if
out
it-
that one that's.
So now the knights are about to win all of the samurai faction, but the zones. But let's say it's not the case. The samurai could not fight on the one in the middle, but rather fight on the ones that are around it to try to isolate that territory. And if they isolate that territory, then they can keep it if the fights don't reconnect it again by the end of the next update.
Very cool.
So that's also a tactic. Apparently, there is a global Ubi PC degradation right now that affects For Honor PC players. Sorry about that. It's a good thing we have the stream, so at
Yes,
least
you get
those
to
players
hang out with
can
us.
watch us.
We're playing on PS4.
So yes, yeah. So I don't know what it is. That's
Yes.
the only thing.
The only details we have is that
yeah.
there's a global PC degradation on Ubi's whole thing, not just
Yeah.
For Honor. So sorry, guys.
And if we're aware of it, it means that some people are working on it.
That's
of
right.
course. So
Yes.
hopefully it will be fixed quickly. So and then on the faction war, one of the question is that why do we take into account only the last round,
Yeah.
the last update of? So it's
That was a
something.
big question.
Yeah, it's something we acknowledge. So right now, to be honest, it's a bit like the same thing that Gear Stats Faction War had to run like for days and days and weeks, like to gather enough data to see how it works or not. And one of the things that we're really happy about is that it's pretty balanced. So you never know who will really win, which is a good thing. As you said, like a few days before, Samurai were owning all the nights,
Yeah.
but then it's still the Vikings that won. So the balance worked pretty well between the faction. So we're happy about that, really happy about that, because it's a very new feature for us. We never done that before, cross-platform, gathering all the amount of war assets supplied by everybody, and something that is really important for us because it defines on which map you play, etc. So it's a very big deal for us. So we're really happy it's balanced. One of the things we quite agree with today is that it's very elastic. I don't know if I can say that in English.
Expandable.
But it's very back and forth, you know. It's like it's switching almost at each update, and we don't want it to be as reactive as that. So it means that because it's that reactive, it's really hard to
Like
put yourself in
yeah.
a future, like how it could evolve,
Yeah.
etc. Because it's always changing.
Yeah.
So it's something we're looking into. It's not easy to do that, to be honest, because we have so many values of war assets, etc. But it's something we acknowledge and that we're looking into, and that could be also we could hit a bird. No. Hit two stones with one. I don't know how you say it.
Hit two birds with one
Two
stone.
birds with one stone.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
And it's we could have that elastic effect that could be a bit toned down, and at the same way maybe take into account each update a bit more. So it's something we're looking into. No dates, of course, because we're still not sure about the solution and then how to deploy it, develop, test it, etc. It takes a lot of time, but we are looking into that very closely.
Cool.
So
Guard break to stun the bird is what
Yeah,
somebody in the chat said.
one guard break to stun two birds. So that's it for the faction war. One of the things also I wanted to discuss about is I took hostage your
No, this is what we wanted.
and I'm saying everything I want to speak about. One of the other things that a recent change we did on Monday is to split elimination and,
Right.
and skirmish into two different playlists.
Yep.
So why have we done that, and why now, etc. And why wasn't the case before? So the playlist system is here to avoid having too many buckets for matchmaking. So if you have several mods in one playlist, it means that everybody's matchmaking on the same bucket, and then if they don't find a match in mod A, then they will be put in mod B, and it's the same community. So it allows to have a better matchmaking, so skill-based matchmaking, better stats, not better stats, but better, a quicker matchmaking, etc. So that's something very, very valuable. But we understand, like we really acknowledge the fact that right now the orders were asking you to perform in one mod and not in both mods.
Right.
And also the fact that when you map vote, you also mod vote. And it wasn't really clear that you were changing a mod by doing the map vote. And even sometimes by default, the game, if nobody voted, the game was changing the mode, which is not really something which is a bug, in fact, to be honest. So because of all of that, we said, okay, we looked at our concurrent number of players. It's pretty high. Players are love our game, are engaged into it. So we said we can split the two modes. And we can afford that. It doesn't mean something we'll be able to keep on the long run, but we can do that in the meantime. And in the meantime, try looking at the order issue, maybe do orders based on a playlist and not on one mode specifically, so that could solve the issue. Maybe improve a bit the UI on the map vote so that you understand that you're also sometimes changing mode. So all those things are things we're looking into. So that's the flow can be a bit better on that side.
Cool.
But we're very happy about the reception of that change.
Yes.
And so that players can really play on the mode they like, and without caring about map voting and things like that.
Exactly.
So happy about that. And both modes have very high activity, which means that it's not a bad decision on the matchmaking side at least.
Yes, that is good to see.
So happy about that too.
Absolutely.
There is one thing. I'm sorry.
Another thing.
No,
keep it going.
One of the other reasons why we did that is that we noticed by looking at the stats that a lot of players were quitting when we had that mode switch.
Yeah.
And so that's bad because it creates sometimes host migration, it creates sometimes more join in progress for the people that are matchmaking. So, and also, Stefan spoke about connectivity issues that some players have, etc. We have also the stability of a game session. And we noticed that when we have a lot of players leaving, joining, etc., it's making the session more unstable and maybe giving it more chances to not finish. So it's also a way for us to diminish that and to act on that. We have sometimes a lot of people asking us, but how come during the beta it was working well? I had those issues and now I have those issues. What have you changed? In fact, we changed nothing. We just improved stuff. We bug fixed. And what really changed, in fact, is the behavior of the players during the past 2 weeks. And now people are really quitting more than during betas. They are really rage quitting more. They are really, in a way, stressing more the system. And that's making the system sometimes react badly. And it's also something we are looking into is how to diminish that amount of people rage quitting the game or having reason to quit the game. So, for example, doing an order in elimination, being switched to skirmish is a good reason to quit because I want to do my order. So that's why we changed that. We don't want to give good reasons to quit and then maybe have a penalty for quitting, but that will come a bit later on because we want to keep the session alive and not being paused each time we have a host migration, etc. So it's something we're also looking into. Is how can we make those sessions a bit more healthy?
And one of the other things we did was on last Friday with the join in progress fix.
Yeah, we reduced the amount of time where people can join progress. So it means that in the end, like during the last 80% of time during a match, you would have no join in progress. So it's not. You would still have people quitting, but at least you would have less join in progress, so less in and out. So
it was the thing you mentioned where someone would be dropped into a match. Maybe it's so far gone that they can see they're going to lose.
So then they
drop out.
Yeah,
then it pulls in someone else, and then they drop. Then it pulls in someone else.
Exactly. So it's to address that also. So we're monitoring that, and we'll see if it's really better or not. But that's the intent. So yeah, we're looking in all of that. One of the change we will do is maybe remove all the orders that ask you to win a match. It's a bit, it's a drastic change, but in the meantime, it could be an interesting change because if I join a match, then the match is already almost lost.
Right.
Like I want to do my order, so I'm leaving. So, but only by keeping orders that is complete a match will also give good reason for the players to stay in their match because it's not valuable to quit a match because you're not gaining your XP, you're not gaining your steal, you're not completing your orders. It's like so we want to really give incentive to players to stay in a match so that the match can finish and everybody can be happy and have a good moment before we introduce new features like penalty for quitting and things like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. It allows us a few ways to attack a problem.
Yeah.
Same thing with connectivity. There are a bunch of different ways to attack.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like one problem, one bug that we need to fix. It's a lot of things that added to each other make the game how it is today, and that's striking because I was discussing that with a colleague lastly, but we did so many live periods. Like the first one we did it like more than 1 year and a half ago.
Yeah.
1 year and a half ago for a console game, it's like only with a very pre-alpha version of our game. And we did all of that and all those live periods, close alpha, we did 2 technical tests. We did a lot of live periods to avoid exactly that situation.
Right.
And we still have issues, and it's also because behavior changes, because players stress the system. It's like it's hard, but that's how we learn, and we're very proactive on that. It's something we're working on, and all, as you said, all the small wins we can get, we try to get them as soon as we can.
Because it's a matter of timelines too.
To improve how things goes. You said about the NAT. Explain maybe a bit better how people can open their NAT. So we have already ways to explain that. But if we can improve that, why not? It's a constant fight against that subject, so that everybody can enjoy the game and be happy about it.
Cool. And we're going to keep doing it, even
It's
later
only the
this week.
beginning.
We've got other things planned. So we're not giving up.
Oh no!
In fact, I hope that you've seen over the last week. Every time we've done a server maintenance, done a seamless maintenance, the patch, we're communicating on it. So we want you to see all the things we're doing to address these different issues, and we are starting to see they are working. We're getting there, so we're going to keep doing it. So stick with us and keep playing
the best
the game.
place to be aware of all these changes is on the forum. Usually, that's one of the first place we post when we do a maintenance. There's the announcement section. You can go there and look for what we plan to do.
Yep. Before we let you go, one last thing we didn't mention was we mentioned at the top of the show, but we should mention it again, was the special event order, because that also falls into your realm.
Yeah.
So right now it's grayed out on the faction war. If you
you can see
jump back to
events
the-
on your stronghold.
Yep.
And the idea it's not that, in fact. It's not that. You're misleading me.
I am?
It's not that. It's when you press L1, you see event order unavailable, so we'll push an event order by the end of the week.
And it'll show up there.
It will show up there, ask you to do something not too hard, but as a community you will still have to fight for it. And this one will give bigger rewards than what we planned. Also for a way to apologize for what happened last weekend, so that everybody can enjoy the game and have bigger rewards to be able to unlock more stuff.
Cool.
But this is a community event, so everybody needs to take part to make sure that we achieve this global goal.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to leave the events portion of the map a mystery for now.
It's a
We'll
mystery
return
for
to
now.
that at a future date.
Yeah.
I haven't spoke about that at all. That doesn't exist. It's not in the game.
No, it's on my monitor. That's all it is. I just on there and marker.
Yeah, and nobody can see it.
Well, thank you so much, Damien. And I think all the questions that I've seen pop up, we've tried to answer as many as possible. We'll obviously have you back in the future. Like we said, this is a weekly show. So we don't need to answer every question right now because we have jobs to do as well. But we, I think, are going to say goodbye to Damien and roll into some gameplay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Damien.
Bye.
See
Thank
you
you,
soon.
Damien. Thank you for coming.
See you. Thank you.
Yes. And make sure to look at this incredible video.
Yeah, check this out. So this is the portion of the show
Yeah.
where I think we're going to play with you guys. Actually, before should we do the community stuff before that?
Good,
No,
good
let's
question
do it
because
after.
we have a
Let's-
strong ending.
We do have a strong ending that's
Yeah.
a community-focused thing. So I think, yeah, we're on my screen right now. So I'm going to group us up. A ton of you sent us friend requests, which is great. It's Warriors Den 1, Warriors Den 2 on PS4.
We accept everybody, guys.
Yes, so far. So I'm going to create a group, obviously with Emil, who is Warriors
Please.
Warriors Den 1.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to pull Fairlight in, just so you guys.
Yeah, let's try to see if he's.
He's pretty good. And let's see, one more. There's a lot of great names here. Half the fun of my job is reading people's online names.
Oh, yes. That's also a part that I particularly like.
Ooh, Zip Zap 10 sounds great. Let's see if Zip Zap 10 wants to come.
And meanwhile, our buddy Pendago is asking, is any of the Forerunner team going to be at PAX East?
I will be at PAX East, actually. I don't know if I can say why yet.
Maybe not.
There is a For Honor event happening at PAX East, which I will be a part of, with more news on that coming soon.
I'm not allowed in Massachusetts anymore,
Yes,
so I won't be here.
as soon as he crosses
unfortunately.
state lines, he's out. All right, I don't see Fairlight joining, so maybe we'll get.
Yeah, we have a third member of the group.
We do. That's Zip Zap 10, who
Oh,
has a
okay.
great smiley face
Cool.
emblem. We can come back to Fairlight. Let's do Crazy Kenny. Crazy Kenny C.
NYC. Oh no, Crazy Kenny C. Instead of Kenny G, probably a pun.
Yes, I will be at PAX East
Nope.
doing that thing I haven't told you about. Oh, and his mic's on. Great. Great. Kenny, I am going to mute you. No hard feelings. So let's jump into, let's play some elimination.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
So like I mentioned, we're on PS4. We're going to play some elimination. Blech.
Oh yes.
Oh, what did Fairlight say? I see LOL. I tried to invite him. I missed it. Whatever it is hilarious, apparently. He probably said something mean about me or our game.
Gonna take the Nobushi. We have pretty new accounts right now, guys.
Yeah,
so
these
we're
are brand new as of today. 2 Peacekeepers, 2 Bushis. This should be great. And
Oh,
we're
is
gonna
there a raffle going on or
There's a
something?
raffle in the chat.
Yeah. We have some combat packs to give you today, guys. So make sure to enter the raffle. Make sure to subscribe to this channel
Ooh, combat
because
packs.
it's the best channel on Twitch right now.
I would agree with that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not biased or anything. So as you see, I'm playing my favorite, the Peacekeeper.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm quite happy to have her bleed back. Wow, Crazy Kenny.
Oh boy, yeah. We're not at the same level.
Crazy Kenny is Reputation 3.
He's gonna save
So-
us.
It's all on you, Crazy Kenny.
But we're playing again Hellfire 1185,
Megori
who is
10.
pretty strong too.
Yeah, no kidding. CX Bear and a letter and a bunch of numbers. Very cool. The raffle is still happening, so I can't see anything else that you guys want to ask about.
Oh, it looks like the Raider got some striped pants, like he was going to a ska concert or something. Am I right?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I need to level up my Raider then.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with ska concerts.
Did I say something wrong
No,
about ska
no.
concerts?
just sensitive about ska.
And striped pants? We love some good ska. Maybe for the next Warriors Den
Oh my
introduction,
God. Can
season
Berserk
2?
Kid do ska as well? We'll have to ask him. And does he do all the instruments, or does he have a band?
I think he does all the instruments.
amazing.
Yeah, we should invite him at
Absolutely.
some time on the stream. But yeah, I think he's a one-man band.
We'll back him up. We'll back
Yeah.
him up. We'll put a 3-man metal band together.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
We're playing the Cathedral,
Yes, we are.
one of my favorite maps.
Have I inverted my axis? Yes, I have. Sorry, guys. I am an inverter. And
That's a curse you're born with.
I was just going to say I won't apologize for it, but the first thing I did was apologize for it. Always take a chance to go through your move set.
That's a good
I
idea.
mean, good players, obviously, they've got their move set memorized, or at least some portion of it. But for me, there's always at least one or two that I've forgotten about that's like, oh, right, I can do that, and that would be smart for me to put in my toolbox. What do you use? What's your go-to as the Nobushi?
You mean in terms of moves?
Yeah, do you have a set couple
Yeah,
of combos
I'm
that you
starting
go for?
to use most of them actually. I like to combine like the kick, the guard break with the kick and with the light attack and the bleed effect. So like this Cobra Strike mix-up is one of my favorites. I like the Cobra Strike, the basic one also. But I would say I like what I like the most about the Nobushi is her range, basically.
She's got that bleed too.
Yeah.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Well, I think maybe we're in a loop here where the match is just not starting. So, oh, maybe Hellfire.
You
leaving
will
the
have
session.
yeah, if you need to do something. Yeah, people started leaving.
Yeah. What happens if I leave our group? Tell you what. Let's let's go to the community creations portion of this show because we got something amazing in the mail. Where did my letter go?
Oh yes.
If you can see this is wood. This is
This is a real piece of wood.
This is a legit piece of wood right here.
Oh yeah.
And this is all made with wood burning. Oh, here we go. Camera 2, look at that. This is all made with wood burning, so this is not like a drawing. This is burned onto the wood, and this is the 3 helmets, as you've probably seen before. This is an artist named Megan Richard, who you might have seen on our Reddit, because she's made these of each of our characters. Super good detail, and it's just amazing. And so she mailed this to us out of the goodness of her heart. It's got her signature on the back, which makes it even more cool and special. I just want to give a shout out to Megan because this is super cool and it was super nice of you to send this to us. Everyone on the team that has seen it has like lost their minds. Like, what is this? We have like a little trophy case for some of the awards that For Honor has won. So I think we're going to put it there so everyone else on the team can see it when they walk by down the hall. But thanks again to Megan. Keep up the good work. Maybe if you want to start selling these things at one point, I bet people would buy them. I know people on the team would, but hey, you're the artist, you decide. So
That's a beautiful piece.
it is a beautiful piece. In addition to that, we actually have a player that I wanted to give a shout out to.
Yes.
I think Andrew's got a picture. So this guy, his name is Reminiscence. He is, I won't use the word crazy, but he has, as you can see from this image, maxed out the Orochi, which is reputation 30. We checked the data. He is the first person to achieve this in the game, so congratulations to Reminiscence. That's about 200 hours
Oh
of
my God.
gameplay. The steel that he has over 44,000 steel in this particular picture, is the result completely of gameplay, which is crazy.
Yes.
So, Re-Reminiscence, thank you so much for being so dedicated to your Orochi. I hope you start playing with some of the other characters now. You are the world's first, as you said. He told me months ago this was his goal. Way back in closed alpha, he was the guy who played the most during alpha.
Oh yeah.
And he achieved his goal. That's pretty bonkers.
Big shout out to you, Re-Reminiscence, but don't drop out of school.
Yeah, stay in
Finish your
school.
class. Stay at school.
Stay in school, for real.
I know you will say I sound like your mother, but that's fair enough. It's if you stay in school and you keep on doing this, we may give you something at some time. So yeah, big up to you. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we've got a really impressive community in terms of just the stuff that they're putting out every day on our Reddit. Oh, you're still in there?
Yeah.
You should kill it. Kill it out.
I'll restart. Yeah.
If you go to r/For Honor, there's just so much. You can actually, we have filters too, so you can filter by creations and see just the great stuff that people are doing out there. We're going to try one more time to invite some folks to play with us. We'll do Dominion instead of Elimination.
It looks like the raffle is not over, guys. So if you want to get a chance to win a combat pack, it might be your day.
There's Emil. You are now online.
Oh, I am.
Where did you go? Oh, yeah, we'll just do a custom match. We'll do a custom match. Call it an audible. American Outlaw. Did you get an invite yet? Are you still logging in?
Still booting, yeah.
There you are. Hey, we got Fairlight this time. That's good.
Oh.
So if you join, I don't know what's going on your screen over there. We need one more.
All right, I'm joining you.
Okay. Warriors Den, and we just need one more to get in here, and we'll do a custom match between the 8 of us. Yeah! Okay. Do you want any crazy rules? I don't know about. How much time do we have? We have.
Yeah, pretty much 15 minutes.
Pretty good. I guess we'll just keep the standard rules here.
I am Paulin is saying, Emile sounds exactly like Georges St-Pierre. I thought I looked like Georges St-Pierre, actually. I
Who
didn't.
is Georges St-Pierre?
I didn't. GSP, the
don't know.
MMA fighter.
Oh, I don't know who that. I don't watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch MMA. I'm sorry.
He's a Montreal athlete. Okay.
I think you should be on the opposing team, Emil.
Oh, you sure about that?
Yeah, so we can kill each other. Well, the other guys, make your choices. Mm-hmm. Make your choices, folks. Fairlight, I think, is going for the randomizer. All right, fine. Fred, I'm sorry, I don't follow MMA. I know, what was the guy? I know Ken Shamrock from the 90s.
True.
Hoist Gracie. I haven't watched MMA since the 90s. That's how old and not too
But
new
you're
I
a
am.
wrestling fan.
I do love wrestling. That's why I know Ken Shamrock. What are we up against here? I love that
Oh my
Fairlight
God.
is rolling a fresh character apparently. Or maybe it's an imposter. Maybe it's not the real Fairlight. I don't know. But these other ones, whoo! Let's see how we do.
Pretty cool outfits.
MNSU Angel is rep 5.
Yes, and am I mistaken, or is it a Ninja Turtle emblem? Is it
Yes,
Leonardo?
It is. It's Leonardo.
Oh
That's
my God!
amazing.
Wow. If you know me, you probably know that I've been requesting the Ninja Turtles faction in this game since a long time. So I'm really pleased to see some of these Ninja Turtles emblems.
Oh, so this is a Fairlight imposter? Okay, great. Sorry. Well,
Oh, it's a Fairlight imposter?
that's what I'm gathering from the chat while I'm.
Oh.
Oh snap! The Ninja Turtles reckon me.
Oh, is he done? Oh, yes.
Oh no! Oh, you dummy! I'm such a dummy.
Now, Eric, I need to not help you, right? Usually I'm...
Oh yeah, you are my enemy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, am I running against you, actually? Are you hiding in the bushes?
Ah!
Did I just kill you?
Yes.
What,
you
what
did.
were you doing?
I was trying to revive my teammate.
Oh, okay.
You sound so confused about how you just
Yeah,
killed
but
me.
you were crawling in the bushes. That was
Yeah, I
kinda
was
weird.
trying to revive my pal.
Ah.
So have we confirmed in the chat this is an imposter Fairlight? Oh, I got revived by Fairlight. I don't know what to believe. I want to know about the world of streamer imposters. I want to know who has the time. Someone tell me. Someone tell me in the chat what I'm supposed to believe here.
Oh, yes, so I just revive. Let's see if this... I revived a Ninja Turtle, but... See?
I'm picking up boosts.
Where's the
Picking
action?
up
Where's the
boosts.
action? Whoa.
Okay. Oh,
was it you again?
I was reading the chat.
Oh, you come with your whole
Okay,
team. You're
okay,
coming with your crew.
we've got confirmation. It's the real man. So why are we not doing better? No.
30 seconds remaining.
No.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo.
No. Yes. Haha.
I got killed by Death Strider 666 with a pretty cool emblem. Oh.
I love doing the revive right at the end of a match where they poof just pop right up. Hilarious.
Oh, Reminiscent accepted my challenge. Tell Emil I'll make sure to send him a picture of me at college graduation in a few months. All right.
This is you, Emil. Time for my payback. Oh.
Oh.
Bleed.
He's laughing.
That's good.
Good fight.
Oh, Professor Apache. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Yes! No big deal, Emil, but I am heroic.
Oh, yeah? Are you the sole survivor of your team? Oh, no.
We got 2 guys.
Where is our last guy? Oh, I got revived. We're not done yet, buddy.
You got revived?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, no. 2 of you got revived.
Yes. It's not over, guys.
Are any of our guys alive? No.
All of us are revived now.
Well, but my teammates are executed.
You better hide your kids, hide your wife.
Where are you? I'm gonna run out of time.
Yeah, that's the issue. My whole squad is running like crazy in the forest,
Where are
trying
you?
to find you guys. I'll look a little bit at the landscape. That's beautiful. Big Shug is following me. Okay.
I'm just gonna cheat and look on your screen. Okay, you're going up.
Let me do some death from above here. Oh,
Oh no, sir! Professor Apache just shamed me.
Time is running out.
okay. Where's your last teammate?
My last teammate is. Oh, there he is! Oh my God! Oh, you missed it. He did a death from above on one of your teammates.
Oh yeah.
It was good. Good job to this guy whose name is. Oh no! Get off my. Oh God! What did I do?
Oh.
Piz Impin. Piz Impin was the name of the guy I was trying to look up. And then I hit my PS button and ruined everything.
Okay. Oh no. That's not honorable.
Get out of here, Shigoki. Get out of my face. All right. Gotta do some revives here. Bum, 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 bum.
I owe you one.
You're welcome, Pizimpin. Oh man, my dudes keep falling down.
Fairlight X imposter. Has been
No,
executed.
confirmed is
one.
real.
Oh.
He usually plays on P. Oh, come on. He usually plays on PC, but apparently this is his PS4 account.
Oh.
No, leave me alone. I'm gonna revive. No. Oh. Damn. We are both spectating because we are both dead.
Yeah, exactly. I got pushed down the cliff, so I cannot be revived. Did you get executed?
I did not.
No, so you can still come
Oh no,
back.
I did. Oh yeah, no, I could be revived, but he is taking on 3 dudes. Not.
Okay. Good one, good one. That was a pretty fast round.
Yeah.
Round 4.
Someone is saying always execute an elimination. Of course.
That
Of
is
course.
one of the best things you can do. Oh, this Orochi is just hurting my opinion of myself.
Oh, I'm fighting Fairlight at the moment.
Oh. I'm dead. You're dead. We're both dead.
Oh.
I'm gonna spectate through Fairlight. This is like I'm a pro streamer now.
Yeah. I wonder if he's streaming at the same time.
Good question.
Hope not, guys. I did a pretty poor performance.
Yes, he's gonna revive me! Amazing. Amazing. All right. Uh-oh. I got a guy, got a man down. Okay. It's unguarded. There's one orange dude left. I think maybe Fairlight's fighting him.
Oh.
Yay!
Okay, okay.
That's my shimmy. That's my shimmy.
Round 5.
Round 5.
Oh,
Come here, Warlord. Come here.
yes! Did you guys see that? Yeah, they did. It was pretty okay. Ha! See an orange guy. Oh! Just keeps running.
What the hell? 3 people against me?
Guys, we're honorable. We let them duke it out. Ooh, that guy's got lightning. Oh, this is so dumb.
Whoa. Always love a conqueror dance.
Yeah, we're
GG, man.
kind of out of
Ooh.
time. Yikes. We got a lot of wires here. Yep. We're out of time, so unfortunately, that's all we can do. We'll do more gameplay next week.
Yes.
We had a lot of guests today and a lot of messages, but next week we'll do some more gameplay and we'll play with you guys. I promise. So thanks to the six of you that joined today. Next week we'll do some more. And you want to wrap us
And
up?
yeah. Why not, guys? Let's end up on some cool community creation right now. You know, we started the stream, we started the Warriors Den with some power metal, but we want to end with some good rap.
If you want to call it that.
Yeah, because our buddy Madman from Italy did a pretty interesting For Honor rap in Italian, so I think it's the perfect way to end this first episode
If you're
of
a
the
fan
Warriors
of
Den.
Italian rap, this is for you.
And if you're not, this is for you. So
Sono buono solo in parte, vengo solo a che dalla mia parte. Dio della guerra, Minerva Marte. La tua testa come ferma carte, segno la mia terra sulle mappe. Questa merda è un'arte, barre come tardi o armi bianche. Per mozzarti con le mani in gambe, vivo in questo mondo un tritacarte. Cammino su crani di avversari, riva il sangue. Il flow è una labarda, una lama cava nella tua gabbia toracica, ti fa un attacco. Non esiste fine tragica qua come Sparta, solo una spada che ti lacera e dopo ti sguarda. Se non sei pronto alla battaglia, chiama mamma, una bara che è della tua taglia. Calda calda, per il più forte non c'è dramma. Resta a galla, bussa alle porte del Valhalla. Affronta la morte ma testa alta. Non mi basta una razione, neanche neanche la nazione. Voglio tutta questa torta per la mia fazione. Conta ciò che si conquista, non ciò che si perde. Tutti muoiono ma alcuni vivono per sempre. Se vuoi andare in paradiso, muori in questo inferno. O ti uccido o vengo ucciso, non resto fermo. Si dispaccia in parabellum, le valchirie in coro, noi contro di loro. For honor, for honor, for honor. Se li uccido è per passione, mica per lavoro. Siamo solo noi contro di loro. For honor. Non mi basta una razione, neanche la nazione. Voglio tutta questa torta per la mia fazione. Conta ciò che si conquista, non ciò che si perde. Tutti muoiono ma alcuni vivono per sempre. For honor, for honor. Se li uccido è per passione, mica per lavoro. Siamo solo noi contro di loro.